My child, listen carefully, for this very moment is not by chance. You are hearing these words not because of human arrangement, but because of divine orchestration in my greater plan. Do you hear my voice deep within your heart? It is you who will step into the next order in my sacred design. Do not let surprise overwhelm you, for long ago I foresaw this very moment and prepared everything for you. Before the light of dawn broke, while you were still surrounded by questions, I had already begun weaving every detail of your journey. Your natural eyes may not perceive it, but every event, every encounter, even every tear and every sigh were not meaningless. All have been used as materials to create a grander picture that I am gradually revealing. You may recall days that seemed ordinary, but in truth that was when I began a new work within your soul. When you thought you were wandering aimlessly through each day, I was already rearranging circumstances, directing your steps, even shifting the course of the wind to bring you into position. Even the trials that discouraged you were part of the plan. Like a potter pressing clay upon the wheel, I applied pressure to shape you, and through the fire of affliction I refined you to endure. Do not fear when you see ashes, for ashes are only a sign that a new beginning awaits ahead. As Scripture has promised, He has made everything beautiful in its time, Ecclesiastes 3:1-1, and your time is now. I know there were moments when you felt like just one among many, nothing special to be chosen. But you must understand, I do not see you by human measure. Your name is engraved on the palms of my hands, and my gaze has never turned away from you. You have not been forgotten in the crowd, but appointed for a unique purpose. This calling does not come from your effort or intelligence, but from my heart of love. I have shown you abilities that no one else possesses, so that today, when you hear these words, you will know you have been prepared for a greater path. Do not doubt, do not belittle yourself, for I have equipped you fully. Every tear you have shed, every wound you have carried, has become a mark that has made you strong enough to bear this responsibility. My child, remember those times you wanted to give up when the weight of life made your shoulders weary. You thought that was the sign of failure, but in truth it was in those very moments that I carried you. Without those weary days, you would not have learned what it means to lean on my strength. Your weakness became the place where my power was revealed. As Paul once said, "When I am weak, then I am strong," 2 Corinthians 1:2-1-0. Those trials were not meant to crush you, but to prove that you could rise with a faith more steadfast than ever before. From this day forward, you will not live for yourself alone, but for a purpose greater than yourself. You are the one who will step into a new journey. You will see doors open that once seemed locked tight. You will hear my whisper guiding your every step. I am the lamp to your feet and the light to your path. Psalm 119:105. You no longer need to grope in the dark, for I will go before you. You no longer need to fear lack, for my supply never runs dry. I know exactly what you need, not only to survive, but to live fully and abundantly. You will walk in confidence, not in your own strength, but in my presence that never leaves you. And as you go forward, those around you will also be touched, for my light in you will spread like the rising sun. Therefore, my child, rise up. Do not let worry hold you back. Do not let fear paralyze you. Remember that I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. What I have begun in you will not remain unfinished, for I am faithful. You are the one who will receive the transformation, the renewal, and the blessing I have promised. And as you walk, you will know for certain that you are never alone. I am with you at every step, and my presence itself will be the sign for all to see. You are the chosen one for this moment, and this is your time. My child, I want you to understand that my choice is never random. You did not appear in the flow of history as a nameless grain of sand, but you exist in this world with a clear purpose. Before the first light ever touched your eyes, I had already written your name in the book of life. I planted within you a sacred seed, a seed that could only sprout in my appointed time. Through the years you thought you were merely searching for direction, but in truth, all was within my process. Every experience, both joyful and sorrowful, was a piece of the puzzle shaping who you are today. Even the long silence was not meaningless, for in that silence I still whispered into your soul, molding your thoughts, reshaping your desires, aligning them with my will. You once thought that I was distant when you prayed and saw no answer. But my child, it was in those very moments that seemed hopeless that I drew closest to you. Like a father teaching his child to walk, I stepped back a few paces, not to abandon, but to help you learn how to stand firm and walk in faith. Each time you stumbled, I stretched out my hand, and each time you rose again, your legs grew stronger. Just as Israel was nourished in the wilderness for 40 years, learning to depend on manna from heaven rather than their own strength, so too have you been trained to place your trust fully in me, not in your own calculations. I have always been present, even when you could not perceive it. As I have promised, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Hebrews 1:3-5. My child, reflect on this. The trials you have faced were never punishments but preparation. Just as gold must pass through fire to be refined, so your soul must endure testing to become strong. Not a single tear you shed was wasted. Every sob was kept as a silent prayer. They became a fragrance rising before my throne, and from them I turned sorrow into strength, weakness into courage. There are things you cannot yet understand, but the day will come when you will look back and see that my hand never left you. I was there in the empty room when you thought you were alone. I was there in the night when you trembled, searching for a glimmer of hope. I was there in every breath, every heartbeat, guiding you, step by step, so that today you are ready for what is new. As the prophet Isaiah wrote, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." Isaiah 4:3-19. My child, when I say that you are the next, it is not a mere encouragement, but a firm declaration. My order is not like the order of the world. In the eyes of men you may stand at the end of the line, but in my design you have been placed exactly where you need to be to step forward. No enemy can steal what I have prepared for you. No circumstance can block the promise I have given. I am the one who opens doors no one can shut, and I close what is not for you to protect you. That is why you need not fear when a door closes, for it only means I am opening a greater path, a wider opportunity, a higher calling. Remember, my child, this calling is not for your benefit alone, but also for those who will be touched through your life. When I pour grace upon you, it is so you may become a channel through which others are blessed. The light I placed within you is not meant to be hidden under a basket, but to be set on a stand to give light to many. Matthew 5:1-5. Every step you take shapes not only your future, but also impacts generations to come. You are an essential link in a larger plan, and what I am beginning in, you will echo far beyond your lifetime. Therefore, rise with courage. Do not let the past bind you in shame or defeat. Do not let the lies of the enemy make you believe you are not enough. You are enough in me, and you will be strengthened in my power. Walk as one who knows that the Almighty goes before, the powerful one stands beside, and the faithful one is behind. You are surrounded on every side by unshakable love. And as you move forward, you will realize what you thought was delay was only alignment for perfect timing. What you thought was failure was a stepping stone to lift you higher. What you thought was silence was actually my voice resounding in eternity, waiting for the appointed moment to be revealed. Now open your heart. Embrace the truth that you are the next in the flow of miracles, destined to see my power revealed. Believe that even when your eyes cannot see, I am at work. Believe that even when your ears cannot hear, I am still speaking. Believe that even when your hands cannot yet grasp it, I am preparing it. You are the next, and nothing can change that, for I am the one who has decreed it, and no one can reverse it. As I declared through the prophet, my purpose will stand, and I will do all that I please. Isaiah 4:6-10. I call you to rise and step out, for the time has come for you to take the position I ordained. You are no longer bound by old limitations, no longer chained by fear or doubt. From this day forward, you will walk as one who knows they are called anointed and sent. Do not let the wounds of the past prevent you from seeing the future. Everything you have endured was only the foundation for a new work I am building. Just as a master builder never lays the first stone at random, I have measured and ordered every step to bring you to this exact place today. You have been destined for a mission beyond your sight, and if you look with natural eyes, it may seem too great to carry. But remember, my child, it is not you who will bear it alone. It is I who will carry you. As I promised in Exodus 1:4, the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. You are my chosen instrument to reflect light into places still covered in darkness. This world is groaning, searching for hope, and I have chosen you to be a living witness. What I desire is not only for you to receive blessing, but to become a source of blessing to many. When you open your mouth, your voice will be words of encouragement. When you stretch out your hands, they will become instruments of healing. When you walk, you will open a path for those who follow after. This is not a burden, but a privilege, for I am inviting you to share in my eternal work. Remember, I never call anyone without empowering them to fulfill it. I have placed in you the strength, compassion, and wisdom needed for the task. As I said to Jeremiah, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations, Jeremiah 1:5. And so it is with you, you have been set apart for a specific work. My beloved, I know you fear what is unknown. I know your mind sometimes wonders, am I strong enough? Am I wise enough to walk this path? But let me remind you, my child, your strength does not come from your own effort, but from my presence. The wisdom you need does not come from books or earthly experience, but from my Spirit, who will teach you all things and remind you of everything I have said. John 1:4-6. You will never be left to manage on your own, for I am your strength and your shield. Even when you face the storm, remember that I am the one who stills the wind and calms the sea. Even when the road ahead looks like a barren desert, remember that I am the one who brings forth streams in the wilderness. You will never be abandoned, for I am your strong fortress, your eternal refuge. My child, let your heart be filled with courage. I believe that this very moment is a turning point, the beginning of an entirely new journey. What you have long awaited is drawing near, and I have not allowed a single day to be wasted. Every passing moment has been part of the preparation. Now I am opening the door you could not open yourself, and no one will be able to shut it. I am placing you in divine connections, destined encounters, and opportunities arranged from heaven, all to align you with the flow of my will. As Psalm 37:2-3 says, "The steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way." You are not walking on a random path, but on one marked by my very hand. You are the next not to stand by and watch, but to participate. You are the next not for empty waiting, but to see promises fulfilled. You are the next not to live in uncertainty, but to walk in clear light. Arise, my child, for the call has sounded. Stand firm, for the time has come. Open your hands, for gifts from heaven are being poured out. Walk forward, for the path has been opened. And as you step, you will see that every promise I have spoken will come to pass, neither lacking nor delayed nor flawed. I am faithful, and I will complete what I have begun. You are the next, and that truth is no longer a distant hope, but a reality already dawning in this very hour. My child, engrave this in your heart. No event in your life has ever been outside my providence and foresight. Every step you thought was random, every turn that seemed misdirected, every tear shed in silence, all have been woven by me into a symphony of order, with my hand as the conductor. You see fragments, but I see the whole. You think the long days of trial only wear you down, but in my eyes they are the training ground, the classroom preparing you for the road ahead. I have never allowed a single sorrow to touch you without purpose. Even when you felt forgotten, I was quietly laying foundations so that you would be strong enough to carry a greater weight of responsibility. Like Joseph, who bore the dream I gave, yet was betrayed by his brothers, falsely accused and imprisoned. Yet through it all I raised him up to the highest place to save a nation. So too, your years that seemed wasted were not in vain, but necessary preparation. In the same way, every year of your life has had meaning in my hand. You have asked, why do prayers seem unanswered? Why are the doors I long to enter closed tight? But my child, delay is not denial. I will never ignore your cry. I am arranging the timing. A seed, when planted, must remain hidden in the darkness of the soil. The farmer waits patiently, knowing that beneath the surface, new life is stirring. If he were to dig it up too soon, he would destroy the process. So it is with the promises I have planted in your soul. They must be nourished by faith and patience. When you think nothing is happening, I am watering, preparing for the day of emergence. As Psalm 27:14 declares, wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord. Waiting is not an empty pause, but the launch pad that prepares you to receive far more than you expected. Remember those days you walked in silence, unknown and unseen. Do not despise the small things you did in faithfulness. Do not undervalue the prayers you whispered when no one else noticed. In those hidden moments, I was forging endurance in you. A potter can only create a precious vessel after kneading the clay, thoroughly removing every impurity and placing it on the wheel again and again. Likewise, I have used your ordinary days to mold your soul. The more faithful you are in little things, the more ready you will be for greater responsibility. The more grateful you are in scarcity, the more capable you become to steward abundance. Not a single moment has passed without purpose. Even failures became valuable lessons. Even wounds became evidence of healing, and even tears became seeds for joy. As Psalm 1:265 promises, those who sow in tears will reap with songs of joy. You are in a season of sowing, and I assure you the harvest will come, and it will come abundantly. My child, look back at your journey. How many times did you think the road was over, that no way remained? Yet each time I opened a new path. How many times did you think you were too weak to go on, and yet you rose again and kept moving? That was not by your own strength, but because I strengthened you. In the moments you were faint, I was the strength lifting you up. In the darkness, I was the lamp guiding your steps. In loneliness, I was the voice whispering, "Do not be afraid, for I am with you." Every experience was not meant to discourage, but to remind you that you are never alone. I am still here, still working, still leading. Once you realize that every trial carries, meaning you will no longer face them with fear, you will see trials as steps lifting you higher. Hardship as fertile soil nourishing the roots of faith. Pain as seeds blossoming into compassion. Waiting as the school of patience. All of it has a purpose. All of it is preparing the way for a new season. Therefore, lift your head high, walk with confidence, knowing that I, the one who began a good work in you, will complete it until the day of fullness. Not one of my promises will fall to the ground unfulfilled. Not one of my plans will remain unfinished. You are destined to see this truth in your lifetime. And when the harvest comes, you will know that every drop of sweat, every tear, every sacrifice was worth it. My child, I want you to see that every stage of your life has carried deep meaning. Not one wound was wasted, not one season was lost. Your stumbles were not the end, but the very stones paving your way forward. Remember, I am not the God who starts and then abandons. When I plant a seed in you, I will tend it until it bears fruit. You may not yet see the outcome, but that does not mean it is absent. Just as roots grow in silence before breaking through the earth, so my work in you is hidden but powerful. And at the appointed time, what I planted will come forth, and all will see that it was I who brought it to pass. As Paul wrote, "He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ." Jesus, Philippians 1:6. My beloved, you may have felt left behind when others seemed to move ahead more quickly. You have wondered why they received what they asked for while you are still waiting. But my child, I want you to know that your race is not like anyone else's. I measure your steps by a rhythm of their own, a path of their own. When I slow you down, it is not because I have forgotten you, but because I am protecting you from what is not yet ready for you. When I cause you to wait, it is not punishment, but refinement. Like a refiner of metal, I know exactly how long the gold must remain in the fire to remove impurities. If taken out too soon, it remains weak. If left too long, it is destroyed. But I am the all-wise one, and I know the precise time. So take courage, for my timing is perfect. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared for a higher place. My child, consider those who came before. Abraham was promised descendants as numerous as the stars, yet he waited many years in silence. When all hope seemed gone, it was then that I worked the miracle. Sarah, though beyond the age of bearing children, gave birth to Isaac, proving that my promise never fails. Joseph, though betrayed by his brothers and cast into prison, saw his suffering turned into the very road that led him to become governor of Egypt. Moses seemed forgotten in the wilderness for 40 years, yet I used that season to shape him into a leader. David was hunted by Saul, hiding in caves, but those very years turned the shepherd boy into a king after my own heart. And Esther, an ordinary Jewish girl, was placed in the palace for such a time as this to save her people. Look at these stories and know what looks like delayed a man is never neglected in my sight. My timing is always exact, always purposeful, always good. And you, my child, are in the same process. You are being shaped, instructed, and prepared for a role no one else can fulfill. Do not lose heart if you find yourself in lonely places, for that may be the school of wisdom. Do not fear waiting, for it may be where I am enlarging your capacity to receive. Do not grieve over solitude, for it may be where I am calling you closer so you may hear my voice more clearly. You are not abandoned in this process, you are being refined. And when the time comes, I will bring all things together into a perfect picture. Then you will look back and say, surely only the Lord could have done this. Know this, no step you take is without meaning, no day you live is wasted. Even when you feel you are going in circles, weary and unsure, I am shaping you for a deeper purpose. Remember when Israel wandered 40 years in the wilderness. To them it felt like delay, even punishment. But in my eyes it was the training of a new generation, one that would know how to trust and obey. Each day they walked through the desert. They learned that it was not bread or water that sustained them, but my hand. You too are being led through such a journey to learn that your strength does not come from what you hold, but from my presence. As Matthew 4:4 declares, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. My child, you must understand I am never in a hurry. As men are, yet I am never late. You feel you have waited long, but I am aligning all things to fit together perfectly. If I gave you what you asked for too soon, the very blessing could become a burden. If I opened the door before you were ready, you might not have the strength to walk through. But as you wait with patience, you allow me to complete my work within you. Time is not your enemy, it is my instrument. I use time to heal hidden wounds, to build steadfast faith, to enlarge the capacity of your heart. Remember, I am the creator of time. I am not bound by it, and I know exactly when you are ready. As 2 Peter 3:9 says, the Lord is not slow in keeping his promise, as some understand slowness. Instead, he is patient with you, not wanting anyone to perish, but everyone to come to repentance. My beloved, look back at the footprints along your journey. Each time you thought the door was shut, it was really me redirecting you toward a better path. Each time you felt silence, it was really me inviting you closer to learn to hear my voice in the stillness rather than the noise. Each time you felt weak, that was the very moment I revealed my power. When you collapsed, thinking you had no strength left, I carried you through. When you felt alone, it was then I whispered, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Isaiah 4:110. All these things prove one truth. You have never been abandoned. You have always been held in my arms. So do not lose heart because the road feels long. Do not lose hope when the future is unclear. Do not rush when the promise has not yet been fulfilled. I want you to learn to walk each day in trust, for this journey is not only about the destination, but about how you are transformed along the way. I am shaping you not only to receive blessing, but to guard blessing, to steward blessing, and to share blessing. When you are faithful in the season of trial, you are being prepared for the season of abundance. When you remain steadfast in the night, you will be ready to shine when the dawn comes. And when the perfect time arrives, you will see that everything I promised will come to pass without lack, without delay, without flaw. I am faithful, and I will finish what I have begun. You are the next, and this is no longer a distant hope, but a reality breaking forth in this very hour. Now the time has come for me to reveal this to you. You are no longer merely in the season of preparation, but stepping into a new season, the season of fulfillment. Nothing you have endured has been wasted. Every waiting, every hidden tear, every prayer that seemed unanswered, has all led you to this moment. You may think you are not ready, but I assure you that I have aligned every piece of your life into place. What I planted long ago is now breaking through and will bear fruit. My child, you will be the one to see my faithfulness revealed in full. As the prophet Habakkuk wrote, "For the vision awaits an appointed time. It speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay." Habakkuk 2:3. What you have longed for I have written, and now is the hour for it to be revealed. Look back at the path you have walked. The trials that seemed they would crush you have become your firm foundation. The seasons when you felt lost were the very times I taught you to root deeper in faith. The rejections you faced were the times I cleared away what was not yours to make room for what was better. You have learned to stand in the storm, and now you will see the brightness of the sun. I did not let you endure the night without preparing the dawn. Every step I was there, even when you did not notice. As Psalm 139:16 reminds, "Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. All your days are recorded by me, and today is one of those days I ordained to mark a change of season in your life. My child, I did not call you merely to exist, but to live in abundance. You have endured enough to know that the world cannot satisfy you. I allowed you to feel that emptiness so you would discover that only I am the true source of life. You have learned to let go of what seemed precious in order to receive what is eternal and unshakable. Now I want you to prepare your heart to step into what is new. Open your hands, for I will place in them opportunities beyond expectation. Open your heart, for I will fill it with peace and joy no one can take away. Open your mind, for I will grant wisdom to understand mysteries you have never seen before. You are no longer bound by what has passed. You are free to walk a broader path. I know you still carry questions. Will I be strong enough? Will I be wise enough? Will I endure when new storms arise? But remember this, my child, you do not walk alone. I am your strength, your shield, your mighty fortress. As Psalm 182 declares, "The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge, my shield, and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold." You do not need to rely on your own ability, for I myself will give you all you need. When you are weak, my power will be made perfect. When you see no way, I will open the path. When you feel alone, I will prove that I have never left. In a noisy world, you have learned to seek silence to hear my voice. This is a precious gift, for from now on I will speak to you about what you need for the new journey. I will plant in your heart dreams not from yourself but from heaven. I will sow into your mind life-giving ideas, and I will teach you how to walk with wisdom to bring them to pass. Take courage, for you are not only walking in guidance, but under covering. You will see clear signs, doors opening on their own, people you need appearing at the right time, and obstacles turning into stepping stones. My child, remember, I am the one who turns deserts into gardens, wastelands into streams. Nothing is impossible for me. Do not cling to the past. Let it pass like winds that have fulfilled their purpose. Do not hold on to old wounds, for they only weigh you down. Forgive, release, and open your heart to the new. You cannot step into tomorrow if you keep chaining yourself to yesterday. I am calling you into a new journey, a place of peace that surpasses understanding, a place where joy becomes your strength, a place where my love covers and heals. You are the one chosen to step into this season, and no one can replace you. Believe, stand firm, and move forward, for I am walking with you. This is your season, my beloved child, the season I have ordained for blessing to overflow. My beloved, I want you to understand clearly, my child, that when I call you into a new season, I do not leave you in confusion or unprepared. Everything has already been arranged. I have sown within you abilities, given you experiences, and trained you through every stage so that you would have the strength to walk in your calling. The days gone by were like the time a builder lays the foundation. The greater the building, the deeper and stronger the foundation must be. You thought you were being delayed, but in truth I was rooting you deeper, so that when the storms come, you would not be swept away. The years that seemed like delay are in fact proof of the stability I was placing within you. As it is written, "Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain." Psalm 12:7-1. The house of your life is being built, and now it is ready to welcome a new season. I know there have been times when you compared yourself to others, seeing them move quickly while you seem to stand still. But remember, your path is unique. I do not measure you by the standards of the world, nor do I compare you with anyone else. I see the potential within you, even things you yourself do not yet see. I placed in you a uniqueness that makes you an essential instrument in my great plan. If you chase the path of another, you will lose your own calling. But if you follow my guidance, you will step into a role no one else can fill. As Paul wrote, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." Ephesians 2:10. You are my workmanship, and the works you will accomplish were prepared long before. This new season is not just about outward change, but inner transformation. I want you to see yourself no longer as one merely struggling to survive, but as a victor equipped and sent out. I want you to lay aside the old lenses that made you see yourself as small and powerless. Instead, I invite you to see through my lens. You are chosen, you are a child of the King, you are an heir in the eternal kingdom. Let this identity change how you think, how you act, and how you walk. When you know whose you are, you will no longer be swayed by the words or the looks of others. You will no longer live to please man, but to please the one who has called you. That is the true freedom I want you to experience. I do not promise that the road will always be easy, but I do promise that I will always go with you. When you face obstacles, I will give you strength. When you face a mountain, I will open a way. When you are surrounded by darkness, I will be your light. You will never be abandoned, for I have engraved your name on the palms of my hands. Isaiah 49:16. My presence is not a passing visitation, but a constant companionship. Every day, every hour, I am there. You need not worry about not being enough for what you lack. I will supply what you do not know. I will teach, and what you do not have, I will provide. You only need to walk in trust, and I will take care of the rest. I call you to walk in courage. Courage does not mean the absence of fear, but the choice to move forward even while fear remains. Courage does not mean you have every answer, but that you dare to step forward, though the way is still unclear. When you put your trust in me, you will see fear dissolve and peace take its place. As Joshua once stood before a vast promised land filled with challenges, I spoke to him, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Joshua 1:9. And so it is for you. Take these words as your strength. Remember, I go before you, I walk with you, and I follow after you to protect you. Do not let the past define you. Old failures no longer have power over you. Accusations no longer weigh upon you. Wounds no longer bind you. You are a new creation in me, and the old has passed away. This is the time to step out, not with heavy burdens, but with empty hands, ready to receive new life. This is the time to stand not in shame, but in confidence, knowing you are forgiven, loved, and restored. This is the time to move forward, not with trembling steps, but with steady feet, assured that I, your God, am leading the way. Your new season has begun. All that was old, weary, and heavy is now replaced with freshness, fullness, and abundance. Prepare your heart to receive. Lay aside what is unnecessary. Release what no longer belongs to you. Open your heart to my leading, for the days ahead will shine brighter than what you have left behind. You are chosen, and this is your season. Rise, my child, and walk in the confidence that you are no longer a wanderer but appointed, no longer left behind but called forward, no longer weak but a warrior in my kingdom. My child, when I open a new season in your life, it is not only to bring you personal joy, but that through you many others may be touched. You were not created to live in selfishness, but to be a light, to be an instrument of hope, to be a stream flowing into dry souls. I chose you not only because I love you, but because I love those who will be blessed through you. When my light rises within you, it will shine upon those still lost. When my peace fills your heart, it will overflow to those around you who are shaken by fear. When you walk in firm faith, you yourself will become a living testimony to the world that I am still the living God, powerful and faithful. As Matthew 5:1-4-16 says, you are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. You are that light, and this is the season for you to shine. Know that you do not walk merely to fulfill personal dreams. My purpose is higher. I am expanding your influence so you can bring the message of hope to places you never imagined. You may feel small, but when you obey, you become a great instrument in my hand. A tiny seed can grow into a mighty tree whose shade shelters many and whose fruit nourishes countless lives. So too, your small steps of obedience will become a source of blessing for many. You cannot yet see all the lives that will be changed through your journey, but I see. I see families transformed. I see communities touched. I see generations reminded of my faithfulness because you dared to step out. You are an essential link in the greater plan I am unfolding, and your choice to obey will ripple into generations to come. My child, I know you hesitate when you hear about this responsibility. You ask, will I have the strength to carry it? Can I keep my faith when facing opposition? Can I stand firm when tested? But I want you to know this, you are not alone. I have never sent anyone without going with them. Remember Moses. When he was called to lead my people out of Egypt, he trembled and felt unworthy. But I said to him, I will be with you, Exodus 3:1-2. And so I say to you today, I will be with you. When you open your mouth, I will give you words. When you walk, I will show you the way. When you are opposed, I will be your fortress. And when you are weak, I will be your strength. You do not need to be good enough. You only need to trust enough. I will do the rest. This is the time for you to live as one on a mission. Do not let doubt pull your steps backward. Do not let the past restrain the present. Do not let fear keep you from what I have prepared. Dare to stand, dare to step out, dare to believe. You will be amazed to see doors open before you, for I am the one who opens them. You will be astonished to see provision arrive right on time, for I am the provider. You will be overwhelmed to see the impossible become possible, for I am the Almighty. Remember, all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to His purpose. Romans 8:2-8. You are called according to my purpose, and everything in your life will turn to serve that purpose. Let your heart blaze with faith. Let courage replace fear. Let my love sweep away all bitterness. Let my peace still storms in your mind. As you walk in your true identity, you will become a lighthouse in the open sea, guiding many safely to shore. You do not need to prove yourself, for your transformed life will be the proof. You do not need to have all the answers, for I am the answer. You do not need to rely on your own strength, for my power is made perfect in your weakness. Step out, my child, and live this new season to the full, for this is not only your story, but a testimony to the world that God is faithful, that He still acts, and that He has chosen you to do this. My child, when I lead you into a new season, it also means you will face new battles. Do not think you will walk without obstacles, for anyone carrying a holy purpose must pass through collisions. But take heart, new trials are not a sign that I have abandoned you. They are proof you are on the right path. The enemy never wastes its effort fighting someone who poses no threat. Because you carry light, because you are destined to influence, it will try to hinder you, but you do not fight alone. I am the one who fights for you. What you see as obstacles are in my eyes, opportunities to display my power. As Exodus 1:4 says, the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. When you stand firm in faith, I will act, and you will witness what surpasses imagination. You will see doors open, and you will also see doors close. You will find broad roads, and you will also meet rough, winding places. Do not let these things shake you. Do not assume that closed doors are rejection, for often they are protection. I close paths that do not lead to life to keep you on course. I extinguish opportunities that are not from me to spare you harm, and I open the right doors at the right time and place so that you may enter and no one can hinder you. As Revelation 3:8 declares, see, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut. Believe that when I make a way, no power can stop it. You do not need to pound on doors in desperation, for the door I open will stand wide for you. My child, I know there will be moments when you feel small before great challenges, but it is precisely then that you will learn victory does not come from your strength, but from my hand. Remember David and Goliath. To all eyes, a boy could never overcome a fully armed giant. But David did not rely on a sword or spear. He relied on the name of the living God. With a single stone, he felled the enemy. In the same way, what seems impossible to you will become a radiant victory when you place your trust in me. Do not fear your weakness, for in that very weakness, my power is made complete. Do not draw back before obstacles, for those obstacles will become the launching pad where my faithfulness is seen more clearly than ever. You will not merely survive, you will overcome, not by your might, but by power from heaven. Let your heart be steadfast. Do not worry about what lies ahead, for I have gone before you to prepare the way. Do not be afraid at the roar of threats, for I stand beside you to shield you. You need only to remain faithful, and I will handle the rest. When you see the sea blocking the path, I will part the waters. When you see towering walls, I will bring them down. When you see a mountain too great, I will move it. I am the Almighty, and nothing can hinder my plan for you. Stand firm, for what is coming is not to disappoint you, but to bring you nearer to fulfillment. You will see with your own eyes that I am the faithful God who has never broken a promise. My child, understand this: as you advance into a new season, the battles will not necessarily lessen. Often they will increase. Do not let this dishearten you, for every higher level comes with greater challenges. But you need not fear, for I am the one who has overcome the world. You are called not to fail, but to conquer. In the fiercest confrontations you will see my faithfulness most clearly. You will experience that I never leave you, but always walk beside you to strengthen you. Scripture says in 2 Corinthians 4:8-9, "We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. So it will be with you. You may be tested, but you will not be destroyed, for my hand covers you." Remember that the enemy knows the value I have placed in you. It sees potentials that you sometimes do not. It knows you are a threat to the kingdom of darkness, so it sows doubt, fear, and discouragement. It wants you to quit before you step into fulfillment, but I have fully equipped you. You do not go into this battle empty-handed. I have given you my word as a sharp sword, faith as a shield, righteousness as a breastplate, and salvation as a helmet. Ephesians 6:1-17. Clothed in spiritual armor, you will stand firm, and every scheme of the enemy will fail. You need not fear its lies, for my truth always sets free. You need not tremble before darkness, for the light within you will drive it away. Remember Joshua, when he had to lead my people into the promised land. Before him stood fortified cities and mighty nations. Yet I said, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Joshua 1:9. That same promise I speak to you today. You do not fight alone, for I am the commander. When you face the Jericho walls in your life, obey and march around them in worship. As you do, you will see me do the impossible. The walls will fall, the way will open, and the victory will be yours. Remember, your strength does not lie in earthly weapons, but in my powerful presence. My child, it is in trials that I train you into a seasoned warrior. You will learn that victory does not come by avoiding conflict, but by facing and overcoming it. You will understand that endurance is forged when you refuse to quit halfway. I am building in you an unyielding spirit, an unshakable faith, and an unfading love. The battles are not to strike you down, but to prove that you are stronger than you think. Each time you persist, you gain new solidity. Each time you refuse to give up, you become a living witness of my power. Believe that every resistance you face is simply confirmation that you are moving in the right direction. Know this: I do not promise you will not encounter storms, but I promise I will be in the boat with you. Remember when the disciples' boat was tossed on the sea. They were afraid, but Jesus arose, rebuked the wind, and the waves and the sea became calm. Mark 4:3-9. So it will be with your storm. I will speak a word, and all will be still. But before I quiet the sea, I want you to learn to place your trust in my presence. Do not fix your eyes on the waves, fix them on the one who is in the boat with you. When you grasp this, panic will fade, and peace will rise above every circumstance. Be courageous and go forward, my child. Do not retreat when you see difficulties, for difficulties are opportunities to witness miracles. Do not doubt when you see darkness, for darkness only makes your light shine brighter. Do not quit when the road is long, for the promise waits at the end. I call you to advance as a warrior, not by your own strength, but by power from heaven. You will overcome not because you are strong, but because the one within you is greater than the one in the world. 1 John 4:4. My beloved, engrave this upon your heart. In every battle I am with you. You do not fight for victory. You fight from victory because the work of my Son on the cross is finished. The victory is secured, and you need only stand firm to receive it. Every wound, every hardship, every trial you pass through will become a medal of honor, proof that you remained steadfast in faith. I do not look for perfection. I look for faithfulness. And when you are faithful, you will see me do what surpasses all imagining. Prepare your heart, my child, for the new season will bring both trials and triumphs. But do not fear, for the victory is already yours in me. My child, I want you to grasp this vital truth. The battles you face are not signs that I have abandoned you, but evidence that I am preparing you for greater things. Whenever you feel the pressure, remember that gold gleams only after the fire. You are not destroyed by trials, you are refined to become strong and pure. These battles are not meant to break you, but to forge you into a resilient warrior. They are not meant to make you tremble, but to make you recognize my nearness and power. You will learn that true strength is not in your ability, but in wholly relying on me. As Paul said, I can do all things through him who strengthens me, Philippians 4:1-3. I am the one who gives strength, and you will never be left on your own. Do not be surprised when darkness gathers. Darkness only proves that the light within you is bright enough to draw notice. The enemy wants to frighten you, but I have set within you a fire that cannot be quenched. Winds may blow and the earth may tremble, yet that fire will keep burning, for it was kindled from heaven. You need not fear lies, for my truth is stronger than every scheme. You need not shake before assaults, for I am your shield, your fortress, your strong tower, to which you may run and be safe. Proverbs 1:8-10. The enemy can shout, but it has no authority over you. You are a child of the King, and your place in the kingdom cannot be shaken. Stand firm, for I have laid an unbreakable foundation beneath your feet. The battles you endure are not only shaping you, they are also revealing me to the world. When people see you standing firm in the storm, they will know there is a power greater than you holding you up. When they see you keep peace in the tempest, they will long for that peace. When they see you triumph over the impossible, they will have to admit it is not you, but the one who is with you. Through your life, I will be glorified. You will become a living testimony that God still works, still saves, and still keeps his promises. Remember what Jesus said, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Matthew 5:1-6. You are that light in this season. My child, do not think you must fight to achieve victory. You have victory from the start because of the work of my Son on the cross, when he declared, "It is finished." John 1:9-3-0. The victory was sealed for you. The battles you face are simply the reaffirmation of a victory already given. You do not wage war to win. You wage war from the position of having won. What I ask of you is to stand firm, hold fast in faith, and do not retreat. The enemy will try to make you doubt, but know this, your victory has been sealed by the blood of the Lamb. Nothing can strip it from you. No weapon forged against you will prevail. Isaiah 5:4-17. You are covered, you are protected, you have overcome. Let courage rise in you, my child. Do not fear what your eyes see, for my sight reaches farther. Do not tremble at the noise, for my voice is stronger. Do not step back when you feel weak, for I am the strength that lifts you. Move forward with the assurance that every battle brings a new victory, every hardship a new testimony, and every step draws you nearer to destiny. This is the season for you to walk in authority, not because of who you are, but because of who is within you. You are a child of the King, chosen and anointed to carry light. Therefore rise up, hold your head high, and walk with settled confidence. The battle is not to destroy you, but to prove that I have made you for triumph. And as you go, the world will see that God is faithful, mighty, and at work in your life. My child, as the battle's quiet, know that a new season opens before you, a season of restoration and healing. The wounds you carry from the past are not for you to live in bitterness, but to become testimonies of transforming power. You have come through trial. Now, I want you to experience deep healing in your soul. I will not have you move forward with a broken heart. I will mend every shard, wipe every tear, and breathe into you the breath of new life. As I have promised, He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. Revelation 2:1-4. You need not drag old burdens into the new season, for I have ordained you to walk in freedom. I know, my child, there were many times you thought those wounds would follow you all your days. You asked, will I ever truly be healed? I tell you, yes, you will, and that day is today. I am the Lord who heals you, Jehovah Rapha, Exodus 1:5-6. The healing I give is not only for the body, it sinks into the soul. It reaches the hidden places of the heart where you tucked away your pain and brings gentle comfort. I will turn painful memories into testimonies of kindness. I will turn tears into seeds of joy. I will turn loss into opportunities for you to see that I am both the giver and the restorer. Open your heart, my child, for I am pouring out healing like a river, sweeping away every old wound and filling you with freshness. When I speak of restoration, it means not only returning what was lost, but giving you more. I do not merely repair, I renew. I do not only patch, I transform. Remember Job. He lost everything: family, wealth, health. Yet after he remained faithful and held firmly to his trust, I restored to him twice what he had lost. Job 4:2-1-0. So it will be with you. What you thought had been taken, I will return. And not only return, I will add, so that you will know I am the God of abundance. The years you believed were wasted, I will turn into a harvest, rich with fruit. The opportunities you thought had slipped away, I will replace with greater ones. You will no longer live in regret, but in the joy of overflowing restoration. I want you to enter this season not with a heart full of scars, but with a new heart. Let me exchange bitterness for forgiveness, fear for peace, confusion for faith. Do not hold on to the old, it has no place in the new. Let go so that you may receive. Forgive not because others deserve it, but because you deserve freedom. Lay your pain at my feet, and I will trade it for joy. Place your failures in my hands, and I will turn them into lessons that lead you to maturity. Give me even your dreams that seem broken, and I will raise them to life in a more perfect way. Remember my promise in Isaiah 6:1-3. I give a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning, and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair. This is my word to you in this new season. My beloved, the restoration I give will not only touch you personally, but it will extend to your family, your community, and even to generations. You will see relationships once broken being mended. You will witness doors once shut now opening. You will see those who once turned their backs return, not because of you, but because of my glory. You will realize that the healing in your life will become a source of comfort for others. When you share your journey, others will be encouraged. When you tell of my faithfulness, many will be lifted up. Your restoration will become a lighthouse for those still wandering in the dark. They will see that if I have done it for you, I can do it for them as well. My child, be ready to receive abundance. Do not live with a limited mindset, thinking blessings are only just enough. I am not the God of lack. I am the God of fullness. I bless not only so that you may have enough, but that you may live in overflow and share with others. Open your heart wide, for I desire to pour out until it overflows. You will see unexpected doors open, surprising provisions arrive, and divine connections appear at the appointed time. You will understand what it means when it is said, a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Luke 6:3-8. This is not only restoration, it is a breakthrough. Not only comfort, it is elevation. Not mere survival, it is abundant life. Therefore, open your heart to receive. Step out from the shadows of disappointment into the light of hope. Dare to believe that the best is not behind you but ahead of you. Walk forward not with old burdens but with open hands ready to receive the new. This is the season of healing, the season of restoration, the season of renewal. You have experienced enough to know that the world cannot give you this. Only I, the Creator, the lover of your soul, the healer, can complete your life. Receive it, my child, for this is the reward of your faithfulness. The restoration I am working in your life is not only the return of what was lost, but a complete renewal. I do not merely mend old wounds, I give you a new heart, a renewed mind, and a soul at rest. What you thought was an ending, I am turning into a beginning. What you thought was shattered, I am arranging into a more beautiful picture. You passed through days that seemed without hope, but now I give you new eyes to see the future. As Ezekiel 3:6-6 declares, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. You are being recreated not to return to what was, but to become completely new. I know, my child, there were times you locked yourself within past wounds. You clung to pain as though it defined your identity. You allowed bitter words, failures, and losses to shape who you thought you were. But I say no, that is not who you are. Your true identity is not in wounds, but in my love. You are not defined by what others said, but by what I declare. I call you beloved, chosen, a new creation in me. Let this truth set you free. Let it uproot every lie the enemy has planted in your mind. Let it become the root from which you live, no longer shaken by accusations, but standing firm in the assurance that you belong to me. My child, know this restoration is not a fleeting feeling, but a deep process. Each day, I will renew you by my word. Each moment, I will remind you of my presence. When you fall, I will lift you. When you grow weary, I will strengthen you. When you lose your way, I will guide you. Restoration is not a one-time event, but a journey with me. And in that journey, you will taste the sweetness of my love, the comfort of my presence, and the strength of my power. You will not be who you once were. You will become like gold refined, reflecting my light. As 2 Corinthians 4:1-6 says, though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. You are being renewed daily, and this is the evidence of true restoration. In this process, my child, I call you to let go so that you may receive. Let go of bitterness to receive forgiveness. Let go of fear to receive peace. Let go of broken dreams to receive the new dreams I give. Do not cling to the past, for it only holds you back. Do not chain yourself to painful memories, for they prevent you from walking in freedom. You are no longer a victim, you are a victor. You are no longer living in loss, you are living in abundance. You are no longer in darkness, you are in light. I call you to move forward, not looking back, for what I have prepared for you is far greater. As Philippians 3:1-14 reminds you, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead, I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus. The restoration I give will touch every area of your life. It will bring reconciliation to broken relationships. It will bring clarity where confusion once reigned. It will bring wholeness where there was only lack. You will see families healed. You will see your mind renewed. You will feel your soul at rest. What once was your deepest pain will become an inspiration for others. You will tell your story, and that story will become a powerful testimony that God is faithful and mighty. You will be a living example to many. If I could restore you, then I can restore them as well. Let this new joy overflow within you. It is not a fragile joy that depends on circumstances, but a steadfast joy born of knowing you belong to me. Let my peace be the foundation of every decision. Let my love be the root that nourishes your life. Let hope be the lamp that lights your path, and remember, this is only the beginning. What I am doing in your life today will continue to grow, expand, and bear fruit many times over. Restoration is not simply bringing you back to the starting line. It is carrying you farther higher and deeper into the journey with me. Therefore, my child, open your heart fully to receive. Allow me to wipe away the marks of sorrow and replace them with the overflow of grace. Let me exchange your losses for abundance. Let me turn every failure into a launching pad. Let me weave your life into a new song composed of melodies of hope, peace, and love. This is the season where you will not only be restored but completely renewed. Rise up and step into it, for your reward is right before you. The restoration I give is not for you to keep for yourself, but to become a channel of grace. What you receive will not remain within you. It will flow into your family, your friends, and even to people you have never met. You were not created to keep the light for yourself, but to shine it into the surrounding darkness. When I heal you, I am not only touching one soul, I am igniting a movement of renewal. Every step you take, every word you speak, every action you live will testify that God still works, still loves, and still restores. You will be like a lamp, lit not hidden under a bowl, but placed on its stand to give light to the whole house. Matthew 5:1-5. This, my child, is the mission of restoration, not only that you may be healed, but that through you many others will also be healed. You will see that the very pains that once brought you down will become the keys that open doors for others. The scars on your life will no longer be reminders of pain, but testimonies of healing. When you tell your story, others will find hope. When you share about my faithfulness, they will realize that I can do the same for them. You will become a mirror reflecting grace, a voice that breathes faith into weary souls. As 2 Corinthians 1:4 says, He comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God. You are comforted, so that you may be comforted. You are healed, so that you may become an instrument of healing. You are restored, so that you may become a source of restoration for others. My child, understand that your restoration will not only impact the present, but will shape the future of an entire generation. You will see future generations reap the fruit of your faithfulness and transformation today. When you live in freedom, you will break the chains that bound your family for generations. When you walk in the light, you will open the way for your children to follow. When you choose forgiveness, you will stop the cycle of bitterness. When you choose love, you will plant seeds for a harvest of abundance. Your restoration brings renewal not only for yourself, but also for those who come after you. This will be the spiritual inheritance I give you to pass down. My child, know also that restoration does not mean you will never face difficulties again. It means that from now on you will face them with a new posture. You are no longer one who carries burdens, but one who carries faith. You no longer tremble before darkness, but know that light always prevails. You no longer despair when doors close, but trust that I will open another. You are no longer a victim of circumstances, but a conqueror in me. Walk forward with new confidence, knowing you are never alone. I go with you, and the restoration within you is the mark that I have begun, something no one can extinguish. As Romans 8:3-7 declares, "No, in all these things we are more than conquerors through Him who loved us." You do not merely win, you win overwhelmingly, because my love surrounds you. My child, let the restoration within you become the wellspring of joy. This joy does not come from outward things, but from the certainty that you are loved, forgiven, and chosen. Let my peace be the unshakable foundation of your every step. Let my love be the driving force that moves you toward others. Let the hope I plant within you be the lamp guiding you through the night. And as you live in restoration, you will become a living testimony that nothing is too broken for me to renew, no wound too deep for me to heal, and no life too lost for me to bring back. This is the time, my child, not only to receive, but to share. Let your story be told. Let your light be seen. Let my love flow through you to touch others. You do not need to be perfect to be a witness. You only need to be faithful. You do not need to know every answer. You only need to speak of what I have done for you. And these simple truths will become power to transform many lives. Remember, your restoration is part of my greater plan, the plan to bring life, freedom, and hope to this world. Now I call you to rise, for the time has come. You have passed through seasons of preparation, endured battles, and experienced healing and restoration. And now I say to you, the time has come for you to step into the fulfillment of destiny. This is no longer a distant promise. It is the moment for you to see it come alive in your life. You no longer need to wait in darkness, for the light has dawned. You no longer need to ask when, for the answer is now. I have appointed the time, prepared every detail, and equipped you fully to step into the place I have ordained. As Isaiah 6:01 declares, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." My child, this is my word for you today. Rise and shine, for your season has come. I know there are times when you still doubt yourself, thinking that you are not good enough, not strong enough, not worthy enough. But remember, this calling is not based on your ability, but on my power. I did not choose you because you are perfect, but because I desire to reveal my perfection through you. I do not expect you to carry everything on your own, but I long for you to walk in full dependence on me. When you feel weak, that is the moment my strength is revealed. When you feel helpless, that is when my power works most mightily. As Paul testified, "For when I am weak, then I am strong." 2 Corinthians 1:2-10. Be assured that I have placed within you everything needed to fulfill your purpose. I have sown into you unique gifts, deep compassion, and a steadfast spirit. All of these are waiting to be awakened in this new season. You are not called to live an ordinary life, but to live one marked by the divine. You were not saved merely to survive, but to shine as a beacon in the darkness. You were not only forgiven, but also commissioned. You were not only healed, but entrusted with a mission. I placed you here at this time for a reason. Nothing is accidental. You are the answer to the prayers of many. You are the light I have set in a world desperate for hope. You are the vessel I have chosen to bring love, peace, and truth to those around you. As 1 Peter 2:9 declares, "But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of Him who called you out of darkness into His wonderful light." You have been chosen, and now is the time to live in that calling. My child, do not think that what I have called you to do is beyond your ability. I have never entrusted a task without going with you. I have never opened a door without providing the key. I have never given responsibility without granting strength. You do not need to know every step, you only need to take the first one in obedience. When you walk, I will make your way. When you act, I will empower you. When you dare to believe, I will perform wonders. My child, obedience is the key. Not knowledge, not calculation, but obedience. When you say, "Let it be so," I will do the rest. Just as Mary responded when the angel brought the message, "I am the Lord's servant. May your word to me be fulfilled." Luke 1:3-8. Let this be your answer today as well, and you will see miracles unfold in your life. You will not step into this season only for yourself, but to bring influence. You will see doors open not only for your blessing, but for you to become a source of blessing for many. You will find yourself placed in strategic positions, meeting the right people at the right time and receiving opportunities beyond imagination. You will no longer walk in the dark, but in clear light. You will no longer wander, but walk with conviction. You will no longer doubt, but be filled with faith. My child, prepare your heart, for I am leading you to places you never thought of, giving you more than you have ever asked or imagined. This is the time, this is the season. This is the moment for you to step into the destiny prepared for you before the foundation of the world. My child, as you rise to step into destiny, what I desire for you to always remember is this: hold firmly to faith, and faithfulness, for the journey ahead is not only filled with radiant light, but also new challenges that will try to lead you astray. The world will attempt to make you doubt, the enemy will lurk to sow fear, and sometimes even your own heart will waver. But my child, never forget that I am the one who holds you in my hand. No power can snatch you away from me. As John 10:28 says, I give them eternal life, and they shall never perish. No one will snatch them out of my hand. You belong to me, and my protection covers you at all times. All you need is to remain devoted, walk daily in obedience, and keep your eyes fixed on me. My child, there will be moments when you are tempted to return to the old path, the easier road, the one with less resistance, yet one that is empty. There will be voices that whisper, do not go too far, do not trust too deeply, just settle down. But I am calling you beyond the familiar, beyond the comfort zone. Destiny is never found in ease, but in surrender. Remember Abraham when I called him to leave his homeland, to go to a place he had never known. He did not see the whole picture, but he obeyed. Through that faithfulness, he became the father of many nations. In the same way, you will never see the full picture at the start, but I call you to walk step by step in faith. The faithfulness of today's steps will open great doors for tomorrow. Do not let delay discourage you. You may long for fulfillment to come immediately, but remember, I work according to perfect timing, not human schedules. You may go through seasons that feel silent, yet even in the silence I am working. Just as a farmer waits for the harvest, you too must wait patiently, knowing that the seed has been planted and it will bear fruit in its season. Persevere, for what I have begun I will surely complete. Remember, Galatians 6:9, let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. You are in a season of sowing, and the glorious harvest will come. I want you to learn how to stand firm, not on feelings, but on truth. Feelings change, but my word never changes. Feelings may cause you to doubt, but truth will keep you steady. Let my word be your foundation. Learn to declare my promises over your life, even when circumstances say otherwise. When storms rise, declare, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Psalm 4:6-1. When you feel weak, declare, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Philippians 4:1-3. When you feel alone, remember, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Hebrews 1:3-5. Let my word be your weapon, and you will see yourself standing firm through every trial. Your faith is not only revealed in easy times, but especially in times of difficulty. True faith is not the absence of doubt, but the choice to trust even when doubt remains. True faith is not avoiding challenges, but moving forward even when the path is unseen. True faith is not waiting for everything to be clear before stepping out, but stepping out and then seeing the way unfold. I call you to hold fast to faith, not in your own strength, but in your union with me. When you abide in me, you will be nourished, strengthened, and guided. As John 1:5 declares, I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. Remain in me, and you will see your life bear much fruit. My child, remember that perseverance is the key. Perseverance is not just continuing to walk, but walking with a trusting heart. I do not seek perfection, I seek persistence. When you fall, rise again. When you are weary, rest in me. When you are discouraged, recall my promises. Keep persevering, and you will see my hand move. Your perseverance will not only keep you on the path, but also become an example for others. When they see your faithfulness, they will be encouraged to hold on to their own faith. Your perseverance will become a powerful testimony that I am faithful. Therefore, my child, when you have risen, continue to stand firm. When you have walked, continue to move forward. When you have believed, continue to believe until the end. This is not a journey of a single day, but of a lifetime. Yet you do not walk alone. I walk with you, uphold you, and guide you. You will not be lost, for I am the good shepherd. You will not be in lack, for I am the provider. You will not be abandoned, for I am the companion. My child, hold fast in faithfulness, and you will see my glory revealed in your life in a radiant way. This is the time for you to be steadfast, for the great harvest is right before you. This is the final moment I want to impress upon you. You are not alone, and you have never been abandoned. From the very beginning until this day, my hand has always been there, upholding you, protecting you, and guiding you. There were times when you thought you had lost your way, but it was in that very darkness that I directed your steps. There were times when you thought you would collapse, yet in that weakness I made you strong. There were times when you thought you had been forgotten, but in truth I was preparing you for something greater. And now, having passed through every stage, preparation, testing, battle, restoration, and calling, I want you to know that you are standing at the threshold of fulfillment. This is the season when you will see with your own eyes what I have promised, not only by faith but in reality. As Psalm 27:1-3, the 14th of December lares, I remain confident of this. I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord. My beloved, I call you to step out with fresh courage. Do not let fear hold you back. Do not let the past restrain you. Do not allow the enemy's lies to weaken your resolve. You are chosen, and this world needs the light within you. You are no longer one living in the shadows of doubt, but a bearer of truth. You are no longer bound by failure, but are a victor. You are no longer a fugitive, but one who stands firm. Lift up your head, for the glory of the Lord shines upon you. Walk with trust, for every step you take has already been ordained. Say yes to the calling, for it is in obedience that you will see miracles. Remember, I never call you to carry the burden alone. I go before you to open the way, I walk beside you to accompany you, and I come behind you to protect you. Every step you take is covered by my grace. View your journey as a testimony that I am faithful. I was with you in the small beginnings. I was with you in the dark nights, and I remain with you in the dawn of hope. Let your life story become a trumpet call for others that your God is their God too. Let the light within you illuminate those still wandering in darkness. Let the peace you carry spread to those who are shaken. Let the joy you have received become encouragement for the hopeless. Let my love flow through you to touch the thirsty. My child, this fulfillment is not for you alone, but for the community, for the generation. You are a link in my greater plan, and your faithfulness today will pave the way for those who come after you. Now I say, rise, step out, and shine. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not grow weary, for I give you strength. Do not look back, for the road ahead is brighter than the one behind. I have chosen you, called you, anointed you, and appointed you for a purpose. The world is waiting for you to reveal that light. Therefore, my child, be strong and courageous. Live fully in your calling. Step into the destiny already written for you. And as you walk, remember that I am always with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. You are loved, chosen, and sent. My child, go forth and shine. For now is the time, this is the season, and you are the one appointed. Thank you for listening to today's message. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that together we may receive the living word, build steadfast faith, and walk in the boundless love of God. Amen.